Well, just like any other writer, I've got 5,000,001 stories sat there. I think it also happens, it also happens as you're growing older. It also happens about the things that influence you. You also have to think about what the country is ready for, what our audiences are ready for. My mother only watches TV. Oh, if there's some action, she wants a movie where the bad person goes blind in the end, or that's what she's interested in. And so I think, so a lot of stuff that I write will probably not get made unless I self-finance it. I don't have a problem committing, because I think it's the story that reaches your heart, the story that you feel is important, you have something to say. I think that one will always, supersede. Of course, if somebody comes and says, hey, that film of yours, I want to invest in it, then of course you'd give it the priority because it's going to be birthed. But I think priority will always be given to the ones that mean the most to you. When I wrote to the imported Ghanaian, there were people who were furious. Hey, you are selling us. Why don't you like Ghanaians? And my whole thing was, I'm writing about my reality. The moment you put work out there publicly, if everybody comes and tells you they like it, then you have a problem. You need people to dislike it. You need to, and somebody hating your work is even more powerful than the person who loves your work. Because for your work to trigger that kind of emotion, you need to be proud of yourself. You can't be proud of, when people say, and Ghanaians are not very good at being enthusiastic about things. Oh, it's okay, it's interesting. That's the worst word you can hear as a creative, interesting. I'd rather hear the person who says, I hate it because. You have countries where governments are very, in fact, I would say in most African countries, governments are scared of the arts. They're scared of the power of the arts. And you see in places in East Africa, they crack down on people left, right, and center. In Ghana here, I think a lot of times our governments don't actually see the value of the arts. I think that's a challenge we face here. And two, the media is only of importance to them for propaganda. For everything else, they don't see a value to it. And our environment would be the perfect place for people to use the arts to be very, very, because art is political. But we don't have people that literally risk their life for their art. Whereas in other countries, you see it happen and people are going to jail and vanishing and, all kinds of things. So I don't know, I don't know if maybe we don't fully understand the political aspects to the creative work. One of the other things is not to overthink things, because you want to write something that's amazing. The amazingness is not going to happen in your first draft nor your 10th draft. Sometimes you need to live through things. We've all got scripts that have been sitting there for years. Sometimes it's not the right time for something.